Hey y'all, IrixGuy here, and I wanted to let everyone know that day 2 of Phantom 3 firmware testing is about to be in progress. Now that's firmware version 1.4.0010. I've got that memorized. I don't know how I did that, but I did. And I'm going to take it out in the field. And yesterday I had a good time, first hands-on in the field with the latest Phantom 3 firmware. And obviously, from a performance perspective, the firmware was fine. I didn't encounter any issues with tilted horizon with the camera. I didn't encounter any issues that some of the previous firmwares had unfortunately temporarily introduced until people ran an IMU calibration, etc., to resolve that. So from a stability perspective, the firmware, at least for me, with my Phantom 3, seems to be great. Now accessing the new features, the point of interest, the follow me, and the waypoint, that was a little bit confusing at first, so I ended up consuming a lot of my battery and my iPod Touch that I use, and then also my controller battery, and then the 2 batteries I have for the Phantom 3. So my time in the field was somewhat limited because of all the self-education I was performing in the field before I flew, because I was so excited to get out and test the new firmware that I didn't really research it in the studio before I headed to the field. So I was using my batteries in field and didn't have a way to recharge. But today is going to be different, because today my objectives for today, number one, I want to really get a good POI, point of interest. I want to get a really good demonstration of that, and not only that, but I want to get a good demonstration of the follow me. Now, for me as a Phantom 3 hobbyist, the top ranked feature for me is point of interest, because I like, how I can have an object and I can have it circle, and also like how I can manipulate the camera with the gimbal wheel while it's flying that 360 degree pattern. So that's a cool feature. The second thing that I'm personally interested in with the Phantom 3 new feature set is the follow me. And the reason I like that is that I could follow an abundance of objects. So that's something that I will find to be useful and entertaining. Now the waypoints, I'm going to test that, but for me, the waypoint's not really that big of an asset. But it may be for you, and for that reason, I'm going to test all of this. So stay tuned for the videos. I just want to put out this video to acknowledge that IrixGuy is on top of this, and that everything will be posted as soon as possible. And as you know, I film in 4K, so filming in 4K makes the video file size larger. So to be able to get these videos up quickly, since they're in 4K, is sometimes a challenge because of the length of the video, because I want to get out there and capture the entire experience, and as a result of that, I'm capturing a large file size that then has to be transferred to YouTube. But I'll get it up as quickly as I can. But I wanted to let everyone know that I am on this, and I'm heading out to the field, and I'm going to get these videos. And if there's anything you'd like to see beyond what I post today and tomorrow, and obviously I'll continue to post Phantom 3 videos, but if there's anything particular you'd like to see me try to address within the field, let me know, and I'll see if I can get that added to my to-do list for videos. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned. It should be very exciting. And many people have asked, would you upgrade to the Phantom 3 version 1.4.0010 firmware? And my answer is, in the past I've hesitated because of the experiences that many of us had with firmware versions a few versions back. So at that point in time, I'd be like, hold off. But my personal experience with the Phantom 3 Professional 1.4.0010 firmware is that, at least for my Phantom, it's been very reliable. That's not to say it's going to be that way for everybody. So, you may, out of best practice, you may want to wait. But with that said, it seems that, and possibly because DJI included all of these new features as part of this firmware, maybe it was more thoroughly tested within their lab before they rolled it out to production for us to download on September the 7th. So personally, do what you want to do. I mean, that's up to you. I never encourage anyone to update firmware on any device. unless they're ready to do so. And typically, especially when you're dealing with big environments, obviously this is just a hobby, but the best practice for from a server perspective, if you're in an IT industry or something like that, is to always run the older revisions, the revisions of software, the revisions of firmwares that have been thoroughly tested. Because anything that's new, there may not be a bug right there front and center, so that when you install that, you know that there's a bug present. It may be a bug that's kind of back there, but then a few months later it surfaces and it creates a lot of chaos. So, best practice may be to stick with what's proven to work and what's been tested for a longer duration of time. But with that said, I'm going to go out and test the latest firmware, 1.4.0010. So stay tuned for those videos soon here on the IrixGuy's Adventure Channel, youtube.com/IrixGuy. And be sure to check out 400orbelow.com as well. 400orbelow.com is where I'm putting all my tutorials and all kinds of goodness. Y'all have a good day.